Hey group, so here we are, day 9. Two topics today, kind of two subtopics. What is vibration and the EGS? So first on vibration. Um, I'll share with you guys something that's been powerful for me. That's amazing. But first, obviously vibration is, as it was in the post that Joe put up, it's in lay terms, it's the byproduct of what you think and feel, how it comes out from you, the vibration you send out into the world. That's why people have been using the word for a long time. Hey man, I can feel your vibe for vibration. Because you actually can. You can feel it sometimes without words. You can feel somebody's vibration and they're worlds away from you. They can be across the other side of the planet, and all of a sudden you get a sense of something. You pick up the phone and call a friend and say, hey, is everything okay? And they're like, man, that's weird. You should call and ask me that because right now I'm going through this thing. Excuse the car coming by. Anyhow, what's kind of cool is when you start mastering your vibration and what you can do with that, how you can actually, I don't want to use the word control it, how you can harness the power of it and make it work to your advantage. And that's what the EGS does for us. And it's cool because I haven't seen the emotional guidance system for a long time, and it really brought me back to years ago, where even before I saw the chart itself, but when I learned about the emotional guidance system and about how to, it's like climbing the rungs of a ladder. You don't you're not at the bottom of the ladder and look up at the top and say, boom, okay, I'm grabbing the top rung. You have to work your way up. And you also have to work your way down in a lot of cases. Sometimes you can slip and fall down quite a few rungs all at one time. But the neat thing about all this is, you guys, and this is where Joe layperson guy comes in. It is so awesome that after a point in time, like right now, and I can see it in your posts, some of you sometimes are feeling some frustration and impatience because, man, you can taste it. You know it's there. You see it. You just want this so bad. And one thing you need for yourself, that you deserve for yourself right now is, I won't use the word forgiveness, I'll use the word understanding. Have understanding for yourself, compassion for yourself, and allowance for yourself to know that it takes time. It took you time to get to where you would even want to participate in a course like this because you feel like you were missing something that you needed in your life. So it's going to take some time sometimes to get to the point where you want to go. The cool thing about it, though, is it's just like anything. The more that you practice this stuff, and when I say this stuff, I mean all of it, but the more you develop yourself and hone the skill of your vibration in this world and the universe that we live in, the easier it becomes to play with that magic ball and do what you want to do with it. And I can tell you honestly, for me, I pretty much stay within the top three of those frequencies in the EGS. Now, there are times where I'll use one that causes me to slip quite a few rungs at one time, which is overwhelmment. But it only slips usually for like a second. I'm not exaggerating. And then I stop and go, oh, wow. In my case, and being honest with you, it's usually because I'm overwhelmed with so much good stuff. And I'm so happy and excited. But sometimes it feels so much coming at me at one time. And then I have to, it's very important that I remember to not be overwhelmed and get upset or uptight or anxious about it, because the universe will interpret that and go, oh, we thought you wanted all of this, so we'll pull it back a little bit. No, don't pull it back. Please don't pull it back. So remember that as stuff happens in your life, this is all happening to you. It's for a reason. I'm not saying that in the matter of fate. I'm saying like you're attracting it because there's a lesson that you need to learn, or it's what you don't even know you want that you're attracting to yourself by default. So be patient with yourself, you guys, because it's a magical place to be when. That's why I'm so excited right now when I'm talking to you, is that when you realize that, wow, man, look how far I've come. And by the way, if you should be keeping a journal. If you're not already, call it your happiness journal. or your path journal, whatever it is, and make it a habit to do that. Because what will end up happening is you will be able to gauge yourself. We make such small incremental changes usually in the way that we flow in life to get from one place to the next. If you're broke and you want to have tons of money, you didn't wake up, you're not going to go to sleep tonight broke and wake up with tons of money tomorrow. Not usually. I'm not going to limit you and say that can't happen. But what usually happens is the shift is sometimes so gradual that you don't feel some dramatic change somewhere along the way, except for maybe the pink cloud when you're learning all this stuff. It feels so neat. But if you're able to go back and look and go, oh wow, but you know, when I started, I was here, and now I'm here. That's awesome. And that gives you something to anchor to and go, it does work, it's working for me, and I can be satisfied and extremely happy about it. So, you know, I would recommend, by the way, printing out what I call it the chart. You know, the EGS chart. Print it out and keep a copy of it with you. Or at least, if you can't, like for guys, we don't carry purses. Well, I carry a Merce. It's a backpack, but print it out on like a little card that you can keep in your wallet or your pocket or whatever you transport around with you all the time. Because if you start finding yourself in a place you don't want to be, it's extremely useful to be able to go back and go, okay, where am I now? Because you have to identify and assess. And you guys, and that's the other thing too, be honest with yourself. You know, there's a difference between the power of positive thinking and the power of positive bullshitting yourself, pardon my language. Be honest and assess where you're currently at any time so that you can then take the steps. Thank you, car. I guess I needed to take a breath. It will be able to allow you to assess where you are so that you can access the steps you need to take to get there. So if you're terribly miserable and you want to be extremely happy, you can't go from one to the other. There's a space in between there that you need to work through. You might be able to work through it like that, but it sure is helpful if you have a little bit of a guide and a roadmap and say, well, instead of just trying to get from extremely miserable to extremely happy, how about if I get from extremely miserable to at least content? You know, and I know those aren't exactly what's listed on the EGS, so I'm just ad-libbing right now. I don't have it sitting in front of me, and that's a cool thing, is I'm at a point in my life where I don't need to anymore. And you will get there too. And you can access this anytime, you guys, and it's wonderful. So I love you all so much. I'm so excited and happy to be a part of this. I mean, this is, I felt like when they asked me to be one of the instructors, like, wow, how cool it is that I will be able to do something for somebody else. But I want to thank you guys for what you're able to do for me. You know, I mean, this is wonderful. We're a little family within a family here. So thank you, all of you. Keep posting, keep asking, keep searching, and keep growing. I love you. Have a very blessed day. A very blessed everything. Be blessed.